can't both do it. That would be ridiculous.
What can we? I think we can. Huh? Symmetry. Maybe not. All right.
Hello again, YouTube. It's your boy, Ben Barrett.
And I'm your alternate boy, Rich. You might recognise me from such hits as Total War Warhammer 2, Tomb Kings Live, and my work in toothpaste commercials.
You're using a fluoride paste to fight cavities.
But Mom, I need this gel for fresh breath.
I genuinely can't tell if you're kidding. Being hired to sell toothpaste seems like exactly the sort of thing that you'd have going on.
Yes, well, regardless of where we're from, we're here today for you for the Weekend Escape.
Yes, indeed. This is the show where we tell you everything we've learned over the past 7 days of PC gaming. For example, I learned that you should never stay too long at the ball. Once your carriage turns back into a pumpkin, you're essentially inside a much smaller object. And it took 3 firemen to get me out.
And I learned that even if you are the footman, it doesn't necessarily mean you get to wear the glass slippers, which seems like a misnomer to me.
Are you still mad about that? Can we move on?
Sure. What's been happening in the world of PC gaming this week? So did you know, Ben, that...
Yeah, I did.
Well, you haven't let me finish my sentence.
Yeah, I'm a news editor. It's my job to know things. I'm omnivorous.
I think you mean omniscient, but never mind. What our viewers may not yet have heard is that Steam hit 18 million concurrent users this week.
Jeez, that's a lot of people looking at Dawn of War 2 in the sales and then going, oh, I already own it, like everybody else.
Yeah, well, this was a couple of days after the sales, actually, beating last January's record of just 14 million.
PUBG got anything to do with that?
Yeah, it seems that's part of it. Battlegrounds has been expanding Steam's user base since the middle of last year, especially in China.
Google tells me that that is the expected population of the Netherlands by 2031.
Well, I suppose by then, though, Steam's user base will probably be even bigger.
Yeah, that's right, Holland. You'll always be playing catch-up.
Grr. Although, please don't start beef with a major European country, Ben. We've got enough beeves going on in PC gaming.
That's not the plural of beef.
Yes, it is. Google that.
There has been a bit of beefing this week, actually, between Paladins devs, Hi-Rez, and pretty much the rest of esports.
Ah. Overwatch envy, do you think?
Hi-Rez? Well, Hi-Rez COO Todd Harris has been speaking about the Paladins Pro League and their focus on making sure teams are actually making money and paying their players. Tell me one other esport where that exists.
Right now?
No, I'm quoting. He claims that in most esports, the teams are losing money hand over fist, and for many, they had to pay to get in.
That's some serious undirected shade. More like a blanket darkness spell.
Well, you only have to be level 2 in D&D to do so, so it's feasible.
And speaking of high fantasy, we've had a look at the new Monster Hunter.
Ah, finally!
Yes, it's the first proper one we've had on PC. Matt went hands-on with Monster Hunter World this week and fought 4 mammoth creatures.
Give them to me.
The lizard-like Great Yagras.
Yep.
The T-Rex-ish Anjanath. The terrifying Nergiganti Dragon. And the gunk-spraying Baroth.
What'd you say about me?
Listen,
I don't want to fight, okay? I'm too excited for this game. Let's have a look at some of the most frightening monsters ever on the PC. We all know and love those classic Valve games, don't we? What about those classic Valve baddies whose cries you can hear long after you've stopped playing and you're trying to get to sleep? From their haunting wails to their long claw-like fingers, Left 4 Dead's witches are easily some of the most terrifying monsters in gaming. It's unknown why they cry, but if it is because they are only part infected and are aware of the infection, then it makes them less monstrous. Doesn't it? Yep, the witch is something of a tragic figure, especially the bride witch, waiting patiently for a groom who never turned up. Anyone who loves sugar as much as witches do is no villain in my books.
For a while there, Valve sort of had a monopoly on nightmarish monsters. Before Left 4 Dead came Half-Life 2 and Ravenholm, a little town with a population of way too many headcrab zombies. You'll naturally want to be rid of them, but the worst thing you can do is set them on fire, because, well... Half-Life 2 introduces a poison variant of the headcrab, which is awful for 2 reasons. Firstly, it springs faster than a Marvel Netflix series jumps the shark. And secondly, it cuts your health down to 1 in a single bite. The effect is temporary, but it's enough to have you soiling your HEV suit whenever you hear its signature chirp.
If you've played The Evil Within 2, you'll remember being pursued by a lady with a saw and about 13 heads sewn onto her body. It's the kind of thing that tends to stick in the mind, even when that mind is as messed up as that of Sebastian Castellanos. There's something particularly unnerving about the way she's cackling the whole time. It's hard to miss her shit-eating grin when it's plastered across quite so many faces. Still, I suppose you have to admire the positivity of someone who's suffering upwards of 10 bad hair days at once, even when they are cutting you in half.
Ah, dragons are cute though, aren't they? All you need to do is take a look at old Toothless. No more convincing needed, right? Principle established, this gaping dragon fella surely can't be that monstrous. Look at his little oh, right, well, that's the gaping bit, is it? Yeah, that's not so sweet. Wow. However, this is a backstory I can get behind. A descendant of the everlasting dragons, he was once cute all over, but his eternal hunger actually transformed his upper body into a giant mouth. Yeah, I feel you, buddy.
Still upsetting, isn't it? There aren't many video game monsters gracing t-shirts all over the world, but the Creeper is one. Part of that's down to the wider Minecraft phenomenon, of course, but there's more to it than that. There's a terrible simplicity to the Creeper, from the awful silence that gives you no warning to that Rorschach test of a face. It's either a space invader or a look straight into the abyss. In a game about building a home for yourself, there's not much more horrifying than a creature that can blow a hole in your domestic bliss. Stay back, you weird green bastard. No, 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 no! I think there's a little monster inside all of us, don't you, Rich?
Yeah, I think I do. Freud identified it as the id, the pleasure-driven animal instincts of the human mind.
No, I mean, I've come to believe there's literally a little creature sitting inside my chest, controlling me with small levers, like in Men in Black.
Right.
I've actually joined a subreddit for fellow truthers, and we're all, we're on the same page.
Okay, well I desperately don't want to get into that. Shall we tackle the sales?
Yeah, okay, why not? Rayman Legends is 66% off on Steam until the 15th of January, making it £5.43. Not bad for one of the greatest platformers ever made.
That's one of the ones that Michael Ansel directed, right?
Yep, the last thing he did before Beyond Good and Evil 2. It just sort of doubles down on what they did with Rayman Origins, making it more musical and spectacular and French.
Okay, cool. I guess this is our consolation prize for listening to everyone else bang on about Super Mario Odyssey.
Exactly, and it's actually good. Legends is a lot like the more recent 2D Mario games, but in some ways it's actually better. There's more momentum to the levels and a lovely slapstick sense of humour that works great in co-op.
Sounds good. I'm going to pivot from comedy violence to the bloody horror of Hotline Miami, the game that makes murdering a building full of people really enjoyable, but then makes you walk back through the maze of mangled corpses to look at what you've done.
Still really fun though, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is one of those indie greats that has so far stood the test of time, and many would still recommend it over the sequel, which is handy because the original is 75% off until Monday.
How much is that then?
Just £1.74.
Ah, that's way too much.
Good grief. What would you recommend then?
Well, there's always the first tree. It's the latest success story from the I am a woodland animal genre.
Okay, I'm listening.
There are two stories going on, one about a fox trying to find her missing family, and another about a son reconnecting with an estranged dad. They both involve wandering around beautiful Alaska in third person.
Even if I were able to put together the cash to get to Alaska, I'd never be able to do it in third person. That's one thing that only video games can offer us.
Indeed. And movies and books and comic books and medias. And
yeah.
The first tree is also on sale until the 15th, with 20% off, which makes it £4.47.
Wait, that's more than Hotline Miami.
Yeah, but with Hotline Miami, I added on the extra cost of the guilt weighing on my soul.
Fair enough. That's one price they don't put on Steam, I suppose.
Now it's time for TLDR, the section of the show that we invented to make patch notes even more exciting than they already are.
Even more exciting.
Which, I mean, we actually both agree on,
yeah.
Because patch notes are awesome. So I'm going to get you to tell me everything that's changed in Heroes of the Storm in the first big update for 2018.
Okay.
Starting in 3, 2, 1. Go.
So they nerfed early game pushing power, they nerfed and added some new visual effects from Malfurion, they added a new hero Blaze, the firebat from StarCraft 2, they fixed an issue that made Chen unresponsive, they fixed some typos.
Stop.
I will stop, but they also fixed some typos in tooltip errors. That's not bad, actually.
Blaze is also from StarCraft 1.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go, StarCraft fans.
Boom.
Right, your turn. The table's turning. Your turn. Your turn.
I get it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well
PUBG, please,
Oh, yeah.
Ben. What's been added in this week's update? In 3, if you would. In 3, 2, 1, go.
2 new kinds of loot boxes, added some more cover to Miramar. They've reduced the distance you can see when you're parachuting. There is new designs for the energy drinks, and I really need one more to beat you.
You don't. Too late. Too late.
Damn.
Good session this week.
It's nice to do it, you know, with no shooting, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I do kind of want to brain you with this statue now, though.
Well, I've got a Widowmaker, so bring it on.
Right. It's time for my
Your fan mail. Yes, we know. But it seems as though this week people are more excited about Total War Warhammer 2's Tomb Kings, as they should be.
I suppose you've got evidence for this, do you?
Indeed.
CNN rich.
Yes, indeed I do. I talked about 9 new things that we're going to see in the Tomb Kings when the DLC drops, but it seems as though I could have stopped after the first minute and a half because syntax error XOXO says, "You had me at the first point, I'm so excited." Syntax, I'm excited too.
You don't really look it.
I'm merely projecting the exterior of a calm, controlled professional writer. Inside, I'm...
A tiny creature controlling a giant with pieces of string?
No.
Yeah, you'll come around to it. Look, more excitement for the Total War Tomb Kings campaign as Zerglejerk says, "Spooky, scary skeletons. Come on guys, sing it. You know the words. Come on. Sending shivers down your spine."
No, you've got to sing it then. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down. No?
No, I don't think that's not going to work.
He's a Zerglejerk now.
Excuse me?
I said I've got one more comment to read out, and it's from our indomitable Best Sex Games video. I calls them like I sees them says, "These are sex games as much as Titanic is a porno movie."
Well, he does call them like he sees them, and isn't Titanic a porno?
I'm going to regret asking you to corroborate this, aren't I?
Going down with the shit? Huh? Huh? Down with the shit?
I'm going to end the show now, for all our sakes.
That's it from us. I hope you're having a good weekend, maybe watching some of James Cameron's finest from a new, enlightened perspective.
Or if you're not, maybe you could check out some of the other videos on our YouTube channel. Look into this whole Tomb Kings thing.
If you like the show, do drop us a comment below, and remember to like and subscribe. We will be back next week.
Ciao. Ciao. I don't say ciao. I should have a dad joke on hand.
You got a script on that.
It's my thing.
You've got a script, yeah, you're right, man.
Have you guys heard how do fish get high? Ask me, how do fish get high?
No. I refuse.
Seaweed. Seaweed. That's what you're thinking. Seaweed. Alright.